I have to say, I've switched to plant-based as well. I have several different brands in my refrigerator right now. So I wonder how you're going to deal with all of this competition.
Yes, thanks for having us. And I think plant-based is here to stay. And our brand, the consumer brand Tyndall, chicken made from plants, debuts in Singapore on the 18th. And our goal is to become the undisputed leader in plant-based chicken globally. And your question, how we differentiate. So our product is really developed in collaboration with chefs, for chefs. So the first Tyndall product is Tyndall Thigh, delivering the unmistakable taste, versatility of chicken thigh, really. And the secret is fiber, texture, and taste. So in particular, chicken fat, which we developed, and we call it Lippy. That's our magic sauce, if you want so. And chefs can easily use Tyndall Thigh to prepare dishes in multiple culinary applications and for many kind of cuisines, so Western, Chinese, Indian, Middle Eastern, and much more.
So you have just finished another funding round. What can we expect you to do with all this capital? Because so far you're staying pretty asset light, aren't you?
Exactly. So NextGen is basically a food tech company, headquartered Singapore. We develop, commercialize innovative, sustainable plant-based food products. And we're very blessed that we could close really the largest ever plant-based meat seed round with 10 million USD equity. And so that's due to our strong leadership, technology, business model, fantastic product expansion strategy. So we aspire to become a hyper-growth company. So the money is really going in building teams globally to expand and enter main markets and build our consumer brand Tyndall, chicken made from plants.
Timo, when do we expect the Series A funding then?
So we intended to raise 7 million USD equity last year and planned our Series A for this year. Now we closed around with 10 million USD, so this gives us a little bit more runway. So additionally, we are very grateful to have blue chip investors on board supporting our hypergrowth strategy. I mean, Temasek, worldwide renowned institutional investor, economic development board, Singapore, Metro AG, K3 Ventures, in particular, MX Quark, early backer of ByteDance Grab, who supported us. So we have a good runway, and we will start talks, I guess, in the second half of this year.
Your target markets include the US, China, Brazil and Europe. Where do you see expansion and opportunities? And so far you've been focused more on working direct with restaurateurs and chefs. Is there a more consumer-facing part of the business that'll be the focus as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Tyndall is consumer brand, very clear. We are a consumer-facing brand. We aspire to create the best possible consumer experience. So it's basically right now B2B2C. So we work with chefs, create the best possible consumer experience, and then kind of get our brand out there on a global basis. We start here in Singapore in March. Then we expand to further APEC cities like Hong Kong. And then we enter the main markets. You named them: US, China, Europe, Brazil. So yeah, one step by the time.
So we know that millennials, Gen Z, younger consumers are more open to plant-based protein and to adopting these new products. Is there a real demographic kind of division in terms of who you can and want to appeal to?
Yes, I mean, it's for sure millennials. It's the next generation. So it's really, I mean, I myself kind of feel I'm on the mission as an entrepreneur, really drive the change, right? So it's the next generation. We want to give our children, the next generation, a better planet. And so that's why we created Tyndall Thigh as well as our first product. And it's actually a very clean product as well. So we have only 9 ingredients. It's high protein, it's high fiber, it's low carb, it's GMO free, which is important, no regulatory restrictions, fast expansion. And we are very proud that Tyndall Thigh meets actually the nutritional guidelines of the Healthier Choice symbol administered by the Singapore Health Promotion Board due to its lower sodium and lower saturated fat content compared to regular plant-based meat alternatives.